Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hey, guys, we're quite a bit behind here on game starts, so we're just going to get started right after the tie game between Perrysburg and uh, Sylvania North Stars. Oh, not Sylvania North Stars. Northview, my bad. And then we'll be playing the St. Ed's, whatever they are. I don't know what they are. Just getting started in warm-ups right now. I got I got the roster between games, so I did make a couple of mistakes during the last game about who was who. Number 8 is actually Jackson Biggs. He's a freshman. Is playing today. And number 11 is his last name's Kramer. I didn't catch his first name, but he's a freshman as well. So two young kids out here playing pretty well. Got 33 seconds to face off. We'll probably have an ice cut between the first and second period. And then we'll have pretty much constant action from the second period on. Tonight in goal, Patrick Shively will be starting. So starting out here for the first period, looks like Draven, Collin, and Kramer. At defense, we've got Ryan Moss and Jared Brandenberry, looks like. Finley wins the face off. Draven brings it up the boards. Loses the handle. Picked up. Moss straight up the middle. And they're battling along the boards. Draven unable to keep it in. Brandenberry sends it in deep. Picked up by the goalie. Collin flying around. Brings the speed. Draven clears. Ryan brings it in. Good corner. Ryan back out to the middle. And then sent all the way down on goal. Monica Crowell chasing. Up to Lewis. Lewis had a little bit of trouble with it. Bounced off the stick. Blocked by, looks like Ari. Attempted clear by Lewis. Didn't make it out of the zone. Battling for it along the boards there. Monica sends it on boards. Picked up in the middle. Shot into his own man. Darren swings around, tries to get it on net. A little wide. Two on one down here. Max got back on that. Band on it. And secondary shot is a goal. It's 13 minutes left in the first. It's 1-0. St. Ed's. The face-off, kicked back by Marshall. Jackson Biggs blocks it from going into the blocks the dunk. 36 taking it in, shot, and so defensively we got Ryan Moss and Jared Brandenberry, and then Marshall, Somerville, and Biggs up front. That was just a clear out of our zone that went into the net. Face off one, picked up by Brandenberry. Brandenberry sends it back over to Moss. Moss skating it up. Marshall got a piece of it, didn't get quite to the middle, but picked up by St. Ed's. Bringing it back into the zone. He's lapsed on, which is good. Pass to Biggs. Biggs a little behind him, couldn't get to it. Still in the middle. Pressure by Clark. Clark off the boards. Swings it into the middle, but got deflected back towards the goal. Moss to Kramer. Picked up by Biggs, tipped forward. Aaron chips it in. Still battling down low. Way to pick that up by Draven Wilson. Picked his pocket right there as he skated by. Back out to the point. Ari with the shot. Blocked down low. And a whistle for a slash. Not sure where the slash was. Looks like it's somebody on St. Ed's. So down 2-0 here with 11:23 left. The Finley Trojans will be on the power play. We got Clark, Kramer, and Wilson forwards, and then Kerwin and Ford at defense. Finley loses the face-off, but Monica keeps it in. Takes it in, gets the shot off on goal. Nobody from Finley down there to pick it up, but Monica gets a glove on it as they attempted to clear. Brings it back. Pass across to Fort. Fort mishandled. 18 putting some pressure on. Pass in the middle to Kerwin. Wilson to the right. Clark to the right. Dump. A lot of sink there. Back down here. Moss bringing it up across our blue line. Has a, got a little backwards sideways. There's a dump back behind the net. 57 seconds left on the power play. Pass up to Wilson. Wilson takes it across the middle. A little nifty shift between his legs, but lost the handle. Dumped back in by Jay Brandenburg. Played behind the net. Come up the boards. Puck went off Ryan's stick, so they waved off the icing. Wilson powering through. Pass forward to Gunko. Gunko centers it, but no one is there, so unfortunately, a St. Ed's player picked it up. Ryan moving forward. Drops to Louis DiBardino. Had a hat trick in the last game. Shot. 2 seconds left on the power play. Kerwin, Fort, Clark. I'll get the other two in just a second. Biggs and Marshall up front. Uh-oh. Puck got away. Got down loose. Oh, good save. Good save. That was a quick play. Sorry for the fast camera work, but I got loose in our offensive zone and turned around quickly. Good presence of mind by Patrick to track and stop that. Nice job. 8 chips. Jackson chips it out. But brought back in by number 24 for St. Ed's. And good save. Here we Colin at center. Wilson out on the right side. Moss at defense. Brandon Berry paired up with him. Wilson chips it towards the middle, trying to find a teammate, but nobody was cutting the middle. So Moss picks it up behind the net. Gets around the guy. Passes it up to Wilson. Wilson trips it across to Connor. Not Connor, but Colin. And the pass is intercepted. And brought back. They got a shot on goal. And then looks like a penalty on St. Ed's again. For a cross check. It's going to be all the way down in the defensive zone. So the Finley Trojans on the power play once again. On this power play, we're going to have at defense, we'll have Kerwin, Fort, and offense, it'll be Somerville, Wilson, and I think that's Marshall, but I'll verify once his number gets up there. Oh, that's Lewis. Sorry. Number 14, Lewis DiBardino. Monica picks it up in the neutral zone and sends it in deep. Shifty move there. Pass up to, I think it was intended for Lewis, but it didn't make it through. Back up to Somerville. Across to Wilson. Wilson regroups, misses the puck. Picks it up. Battles. Wilson to Somerville. Back to Wilson. Wilson picks it up out of the skates and keeps going down. So puck ended up on net, so we'll end up with a face-off in the offensive zone. 1 minute left on the Findlay power play with 7:19 left in the first period. St. Ed's leads 2-0. Face-off picked up by Marshall. Swings it back out to the point for Ryan. Ryan feeds it in the middle, but he got banged around in the slot there, and possession back to St. Ed's. Past Brendaberry past Marshall. Marshall does a good job scrapping to get it back out of there. Biggs with a shot. Pass to Clark. Clark with the chip. Missed, but a good sequence there. And on the boards, that's a clear by the defense. 15 seconds left on the Findlay power play. Moss tries to bring it up. Got challenged. Clark bringing it in with Biggs. Nobody there to drop it to. Needs to pay attention. Shot and a save. Nice work. They got to the point. Cross. A little trouble on their point play with the handling passes and pucks. Max across to Wilson. Wilson up through the middle. Puck squirted away from him. Got a little bit too far out in front of him for him to handle. Chipped out to Somerville. Somerville takes a shot. They're on the blue line. Max dump over to Raven Wilson. Wilson's got 2-on-1. Max following him up, but unable to get the hand. Ooh, that was a good fake shot. Great presence of mind by the goalie not to drop on that. Back out to Somerville. Somerville's got a 1-on-1 coming down towards the goal. Grinds around. Nope. Lost the hand. Well, Findlay's getting a change. So now it's over to Brandeberry. Battling for it. 18. So that kid laying on the ice out there. Number 8. Not sure what happened there. You guys should probably see it. Clark and Moss battling for the. Chips it out to DiBardino, who couldn't get there in time, but mishandled by St. Ed, so it was a great loss there. Off goal. Ryan down deep. Way to battle. Got a little bit of chippy play down there. A little back and forth. Let's see how that goes. Brandeberry up the boards to St. Ed's, unfortunately. Good save by Patrick Shadden. Defense squirts around and got out to center ice. Pressure by Jackson Biggs. Good presence of mind by Wilson there to leave the puck while we were getting a change so we didn't get a too many man penalty. Good work behind the net. Gibardino chips it back down along the back side of the net, but defensive pass in there. Marshall gets the puck. Got tangled up. Clears the zone. And St. Ed's will regroup. 24 is coming to speed. Attempted hit. Ooh. Great shot. Saved by Shively. Good work. Came down here just under 3 minutes in the first period. Score St. Ed's 2, Finley 0. One by St. Ed's and shot saved, and the rebound was put in by St. Ed's, so that makes it 3-0 with 2:46 left in the first period. Face off one by St. Ed's, but Lewis down there battling along the boards. Picks up the puck over to Gunter. He catches it with a skate. Shot by Fort was deflected. Lewis there to pick off that pass that was coming across the middle. Oh, that's trouble. Yep. That makes it 4-0 with 2 minutes left. Face off one by St. Ed's. They're bringing it into the zone. It's their hard shot. Coming out to the point. Dumps it in down towards the goal, but nobody there to deflect or anything. Which is good. Moss. Hit. And shot and a save, and that's a bad thing to do right in front of the ref. But looks like Jared Brandenberry is going to get a penalty for probably slashing, even though that was 10 ply. They're going to call that every time. These refs can't see much, but if they're right standing right there when something like that happens, they will catch it. So Finley on the PK. Got Lewis out there splitting the defenders. Lewis, Wilson, or Giovardino, Wilson, Kerwin, and Fort on the PK. Lewis putting some good pressure down. Monica's done a great job getting her hands up and grabbing these pucks out of the air. Oh, back there regrouping. Pass across. Challenged by Lewis. Oh. Guy got tied up. Fell down. Shot. Save. Up in the air. Bounced down in the left corner, so wasn't any danger of a secondary shot. Shot blocked by Ari Fort. Right in the front, and we'll get a change. 1 minute left on the PK. And 31 seconds left in the first period. PK squad we got out there now is Somerville, Clark, Moss, and I'll see you just a second here. Fort. Ari Fort stands it up. Picks his pocket, sends it deep. 10 seconds left. Bringing it up. Good clear by Ari. That'll be it. That'll do it for the first period. We'll see what they do here. I don't know if they'll cut the ice or not because we're so far behind, but looks like they're going to. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. This time I won't do anything funny with the stream so we can keep it rolling. At the end of the first, St. Ed's 4, Finley 0. We will start the second period on the PK with 30 seconds left on that. Finley retakes the ice here for the start of the second period. As a reminder, we'll be on the power or the penalty kill for 30 seconds starting the period, and Trojans trail 4-0. It's good timing to have that break in between the first and second period to allow the coaches time to get the players head in the game. Also, I don't know if the rain dropped the humidity, but the glass is in much better condition than it was for the first game, where we had a lot of condensation all over the panels. But now they're clear, so it should be good for the rest of the game. Refs getting together to commiserate on. I'll just keep that to myself. I'm sorry. Getting their strategy ready for the second and third periods. And see how this thing goes. Starting in the second period on the penalty kill is Draven Wilson, Louis DiBernino, Ryan Moss, and Monica Kerwin. Oh, face-off won by St. Ed's. They came out straight on the attack, and 5 seconds later, they have their fifth goal. That'll clear the penalty. That was a quick hit. We weren't ready for it, so. 11 comes back out for the. Kramer comes back out for the power, or after the power play is cleared. Monica back, pressured by 2, tries to clear it, blocked by St. Ed's. Monica grinding down there. Wilson and Kerwin teaming up. Ball or puck went out to center. Well, luckily you guys are at center, so I don't have to move it. Unfortunately, sorry. St. Ed's streaking into the zone. Tries to be cute about it and loses the puck. For full line change, we've got Somerville, Clark, Brandeberry, Biggs, and quick shot back on goal. Good save by Patrick. Back out to the point. Shot high from the point. Brandeberry battling for it down low. Kept in by St. Ed's. Clark on the boards. Kicks it out. A little bit too far in front of Biggs for him to corral it. Clark battling in there for the puck squirts out. Cross ice to the defenseman. And he shoots it into the net, out of play. So we'll get a change and a face-off in our defensive zone. Face-off won by St. Ed's. I got to the point. Shot deflected by Lewis. Lewis streaking down the sideline, or the boards. Shot, Gunka on the follow. Good way to be there, but the goalie recovered from that. Oh, Lewis banged up in the corner there. I didn't get far enough down there. There was a collision down there, and he was slow to get up. So we'll see. Let's go, baby. Rub some ice on it. Get back in there. Face-off won by St. Ed's. On to goal. Goalie mishandles it, kicks it out, and had an opportunity, but there was. He ended up saving that. So it's okay. Back out to the point. Almost picked up by Marshall as he was skating by, but. And we'll get a line change. Our line is Somerville, Kramer, and Wilson up front. Moss and Brandenburry at defense. Moss picks it up, sends it across. Picked off by St. Ed's player. And I totally missed the goal, so I didn't see how that went in. But makes it at 12:29 to go in the second. 6-0. St. Ed's. Somerville dumps it down into our offensive zone. Picked up by St. Ed's. Wilson battling on the boards with 3 St. Ed's players. St. Ed's picks it up and streaking down the boards to our defensive zone. Centering pass was deflected up into the air. And I'm not sure exactly where it went from there. But it was whistled dead, so we'll have a face-off in our defensive zone. 12 minutes left in the second. Face-off to St. Ed's. Puck clears. Marshall chasing. Pressure on. Biggs coming in support. Stretch pass, cross ice to Moss. Moss plays it well, keeps him outside, but the player was able to get a good shot off and saved by Patrick. Face-off win to St. Ed's. Monica took command there and didn't allow that guy to stand in her crease. That's what I'm talking about. Puck squirts out to center ice. Clark pressures, but unable to get there in time. Marshall swings it back into our zone. Passes through 3 St. Ed's players, but doesn't make it through. Back up, cleared. Puck briefly controlled by Finley in the neutral zone. Patrick kicks it back so Monica can get to it. Clark across the middle and iced it. Kicked out by Moss, and they're able to give it clear. Lewis in the neutral zone. Picks the guy's pocket. Can't get around him. A little bit of interference, I would say, but I'm not a ref. Gunka kicks it forward. That's potentially going to be icing. Nope, they waved it off. On 1. Max comes in. Back out to St. Ed's, number 7. Stood up by Jared Brandenberry, but it squirts forward into the path of number 8. And he passes back to number 7. That's another St. Ed's goal, 7-0 with 9 minutes and 38 seconds left in the game, or in the second period. I'm not sure what we need to do. Pushed forward into our offensive zone. Clark puts a little pressure on. Is able to get the puck, but can't hold on to it. Still battling. And it's picked up and moved forward by St. Ed's. Kerwin takes it in deep. Swings it back out. Wilson picks it up along the boards, pushes it towards the offensive zone. Kerwin catches it out of the air, and Clark chasing. Picks the Spillo's pocket, but Wilson comes in for support. Swings it around. Ryan can't get in there in time to hold it in. He swings it across to Kerwin. Kerwin sent forward. Jaron getting a clear, or getting a change, excuse me. Back out to Wilson. Games are close to a too many man call, but as poorly as this game's going for us, I would hope they might overlook something like that. I think it's offsides call on St. Ed's. Lewis in the face-off circle. Wins it to the left. Picked up by Moss. Moss tries to chip it out. doesn't get off the boards properly. And it turns into a scoring opportunity for St. Ed's. Shot down towards goal, a little bit wide. Picked up behind the net by Lewis. Lewis skating it forward, taking a look. Unfortunately, loses the handle. Brandenburg was fortunate to get a stick on that. Back out to center ice. Biggs picks off the pass, dumps it in. There he goes chasing it in. Uses his foot to peel the puck off of the defender's stick, but unable to capitalize on it. Shot wide left. No one knows where the puck is. Finally, a whistle. Or wide to the right. From my perspective. Just under 7 minutes left to go in the second. Trojans down 7-0. Fort and Somerville behind the net. Put some defensive pressure on that made them cough it up for a second, but just too quick on that. Shot and save. Point. Pick that up. Tried to clear it, but it didn't get past the point. Wilson. Puck mishandled at the blue line by St. Ed's. Wilson drives it down in deep. Had Somerville on the other side, but unable to connect. Face off. Lost. The St. Ed's wings are very quick off the puck drop. So even though it looked like we had a win on the draw, they were the first ones there to the puck. So work on blocking that. Puck cleared. I'm not sure whose stick that was off of, but the goalie plays it, so nice anyway. Clark and Kramer were pressuring the puck. Forced an icing call. Face-off picked up by Nice work. Nice work. Face-off picked up by St. Ed's first, but DiBardino's there to strip it and pitch it up to Marshall. Marshall puts the biscuit in the basket, and we are on the board. That's the fourth goal for Lewis in these games today, so he is really turning it on. Oh, no, Lewis. Well, it's an assist for Lewis. I'm sorry. No mistake. First goal for Marshall. But Lewis has been instrumental in a lot of our scoring plays today. Hard shot from the point. Attempted clear by Fort. Blocked by St. Ed's player. Kicked out to Lewis. Lewis wasn't able to hold on to it, and Fort recovers, picks it up. Puck exchanged in the neutral zone. Another from the top of the circle. Lewis chips it to center ice. Kicks it down into their zone. Wilson chasing after coming in from a change. Kicked it across to Wilson with a head of steam. Little fancy move. Pitch to 14. 14 could not bury it this time. So that was a great opportunity. Great work. Wilson back out center ice. Across to Kerwin. Kerwin up to Gunka. Gunka into DiBardino. A little tight end, but so Lewis wasn't able to handle the pass. But nice play by Monica there. Challenge that guy. That was just Gunka gets down and able to get to it, try to get a shot off, but it got deflected. Then he tried to center it back up and end up paying for it. Clark with the puck out to Biggs. Biggs tips it forward. Moss loses the handle on the blue line. Marshall picks it up. I'm not sure what's going on. The call's going to be, but we've got a couple of bodies laying around on the ice down here. We call on Moss. We'll see what the call is. Interference. So interference on Moss at 2:43 left in the second. So we'll have 2 minutes of solid power play. Power play crew out there right now is Brandenberry, Biggs, Clark, and Wilson. We've done okay on the power play, or the penalty kill, excuse me. Oh, centering pass right up there to Wilson. Wilson flips it out, and a good clear. Pass forward. 7 down on the boards, up to the point. Point shot, but Biggs able to get his stick on it. Long pass straight across the face of the goalie. And Biggs gets chopped on the back of the head. The refs catch it. That's if I weren't talking to the interwebs, I would have some choice words to say, but I'll keep them to myself. You guys can, at home, I don't mind rough play. I just don't like that kind of dirty play with chopping people around the head and shoulders. So we'll have 1 minute of 4-on-4, even strength. So speed is the game here. So we'll see Finley with some fast players. Also, St. Ed's has some quick players as well. So we'll see how this plays out. Trouble. Back door. And goal. It's now 1 minute, 25 seconds left in the second. Eight to 1, St. Ed's. We're at 4-on-4 hockey right here. So Somerville chips it forward. St. Ed's picks up the puck, but unable to hang to it. Okay. Kerwin pressuring. St. Ed's able to break it out of the zone. Can't let this kid skate across on him. Dish and save. And another St. Ed's goal. 9 to 1. And we're still playing stop time. Okay. 44 seconds left to go in the second. 2 seconds on the Moss penalty, which will put Finley up on the power play for 57 seconds. 44 seconds left to go in the period. For the remainder of the period, we'll be on the power play. Oops. Face off at center ice, sorry. Kick down by St. Ed's. Couple dangerous moves in towards the goalie, but we were able to pick it up. Clark loses the handle. In our zone. 15 seconds left. Looks like St. Ed's is content to let the period run out, but still pressuring from Finley. We'll see. 2 seconds, 1-0. All right, we're back ready to start the third. Trojans on the power play for 16 more seconds. Sorry. Kick down to our zone. Brandenburg picks it up in the corner. Lewis able to, oh no, Gunka able to fight through that trip and get the puck forward. Collision down in the corner. Clears. Trouble, another shot. Saved by Shiver. Picked up by Brandenberry. Brandenberry kicks it forward to Lewis. Lewis loses it a little bit, but gets it over to Moss. Out to Biggs. Biggs is getting there. Got to Moss. Moss chips it forward. No one there to pick up the puck. Wilson's back to prevent any damage from that. Over to Biggs. Biggs to Wilson. Intercepted. Biggs comes in and picks the pocket of the guy that intercepted the pass. Great shot, or great work, and the shot was a little bit wide. Wilson picks the St. Ed player pocket, but there you go, Biggs. Break. Picked up the loose puck and took it in, got a shot on goal. He swings in, post. Oh, Shot was initially stopped and it died on the goal line. But ended up getting knocked back into the goal, so 10-1 St. Ed's. 12:35 left in the third period. We're in run time now, so we won't see many stoppages of play. Well, if we see stoppages of play, the clock will still run. One, face off one. Pushed forward by Fort. Clark pressure down low. Unable to dislodge the puck, but Marshall does a great job getting his feet in the way of the pass. Come on, you got to be moving. Go. Oh, my God. Sorry. A little anticipation would go a long way on plays like that. And you get a favorable bounce, you have to be moving towards the goal or towards the other end. Puck is loose. Clark attempted the wraparound, but stopped by the St. Ed's goalie. We're just a little bit delayed on getting to that puck. St. Ed's breaks it out of the zone. We'll mishandle it in the neutral zone. We'll back it off and cycling around. Gunka pressures the puck, but bounces into the middle. Saved by Shively. Gunka turns on the Jets and gets the puck kicked to the middle, but Finley unable to pick it up from there. Brandenberry battling in the corner. Max was collateral damage. Lewis battling on the blue line. Gets it out into the neutral zone, but picked up by St. Ed's again. St. Ed's getting a change. Brenda Berry there to pick up the puck, up to Lewis. Lewis gets kind of tripped up on the boards there, and in fact turned around right into the net. Shot saved by Shiver. Face-off won by St. Ed's, out to the point. Shot, hard shot from the point, wide left. Back out to the other side, shot, and it's deflected into the netting. We'll have another defensive zone face-off. Face-off picked up by Monica. She's battling along the boards there. Clark in to try to help out. Puck squirts just past Biggs. They're going to play it. Went through Jackson's legs, but no. Got to be stronger than that. Tried to peel it off the boards there, but just 10-ply play. You gotta take the body on something like that. I know the score seems out of reach, but you shouldn't play soft like that. Sharon and I will have a conversation about that after this. Another shot by 16, blocked by Ari Ford. Ari battling down low. Clark, Marshall, and Fork putting pressure on the puck, but to no real avail. Marshall was able to kick it out of our defensive zone. Now we're getting a change. This could be pretty dangerous, but Moss comes over and kicks it out. Ooh. That kid must be cross-eyed. It went so far wide. Sorry. Down deep, Brandberry challenging. Takes the body with a good play, good strong play. Lewis on the boards. Puck slips by him. And a long clear, which would have been icing, but the goalie decided to play it, which was fortuitous. Lewis picks it up off the boards. Chips it out of the zone. No, it doesn't make it out of the zone. Picked up by the point man here for St. Ed's. Moss kicks it out. Puck ends up on the back of the net. Kicked off by, I don't know who got it out of there, but St. Ed's comes out with it. So neither here nor there. Kramer kicks it out of the zone, gets a clear. Moss comes and strips that away. So keep St. Ed's from coming in. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. To the middle. Puck up to Simon Marshall. He wasn't able to get the handle. Monica starts to skate it out of the zone, but gets a little bit, squirted out a little bit too far in front of her, so she can gain control. And the puck out of play. We'll get a face off in our defensive zone. Face-off initially won by Finley, but controlled by St. Ed's. Cross-ice pass and buried it 11-1. Wilson with face-off. Won by St. Ed's. Back it off into their zone. Pass it up. Ari defensively. It's a dangerous play, but luckily kicked the pass wide. So Gunther battling down deep. Saved by Scheibler. Three minutes left in the third period. Puck's cleared to center. Picked up by St. Ed's. St. Ed's tried to feed it forward. Clark in the middle. Can't keep a hold of it. There he goes. Pick it up. Lewis and Jaron in the zone. Jaron tries to pass it across to Lewis, but pass was picked off by St. Ed's. Unbelievable. Moss along the boards. Can't get it by the defender. Good hands. Pass to Biggs. Biggs fans on it initially. Scoots it up to Clark. Clark tries to get a shot, but Wilson picks it up out of the corner. Works it around. Gets a shot off, but stonewalled by the St. Ed's goalie. St. Ed's back on the charge. 2-on-3. Saved by Scheibler. Shot from the point. Glove save by Scheibler. Have another face-off. That's trouble. Cross-ice pass to a defenseman cutting to the slot. Hard shot saved by Scheibler. Good work. 30 seconds left. This will likely be the last face-off of the game. Brandenburg kicks it out to the center. That's it. The dump attempt by Sam up into the net. That's your final score here. Scoreboard says 10-1, but I think it might be 11-1. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. when Finley takes on the Perrysburg Jackets, I think. They tied Northview as well, so should be a pretty good matchup. We'll see. See you guys later.